All right, welcome back to game three. This time I'm joined by the one, the only, well, Scarlet's MVP, no surprise, but the one, the only, the one that matters more than Scarlet, Quest. How you doing today, buddy?
Sorry about that. How's everyone doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's good to be back on the cast. And as you see, Scarlet got MVP here. Now, if you, I was watching a little bit of this game, right? And
Yeah,
it kind of felt like a solo queue game where they just
yeah, it certainly
and
did look like that.
yeah. Um, it was actually curious to see Varus open because is just a really good champion right now. And whether you build him poke, he's a little bit weaker if you build him attack speed like a traditional AD carry. But yeah, nevertheless, he's still a good champion. And yes, he picked Set into Varus, right?
Yeah, I think no. I think the Varus was no. They picked the set blind, and then Varus was counterpicked.
Okay. No, but
Someone
I thought
gave Slugger MVP that game. Hmm.
hmm, someone gave Slugger.
Yeah, so
I've
one of the observers, I think it was no, it was one of the referees. I think gave Slugger MVP.
okay.
That's interesting. I feel like if it wasn't gonna go to Scarlet, it's gonna go to Flare.
Yeah. By the way, those headsets that they're wearing right now,
Hmm.
they're used when like in helicopters. Like you
Really?
actually yeah, you can't hear anything outside.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That actually makes sense because they look a lot like helicopter. Wow,
Yeah.
that's gonna be weird, like just not hearing anything.
I mean, obviously you can hear the invoice comes,
Yeah,
but
obviously, but like, I mean,
yeah.
obviously you can't hear anything because if you could hear the spectators or like the other team, that'd be problematic.
Yep.
But we are gonna be starting up
We
draft.
yep, with Yumi banned by Yumi and Volibear banned by Element Mystic with Shane. I almost said ESC Vayne.
ESC
ESC
Vayne. They
Shane.
first pick Vayne every game.
Yeah. ESC Shane banning out Nidalee and Elise, and with Calista being the third ban for Element Mystic. Yeah, I would assume that ESC would ban out Varus. There's no way that champion should ever get through this game, and we do see a set first pick.
Like,
Okay,
okay. So it's two games in a row where you see the set priority.
yeah,
And I think that's also the Trundle response happens almost every time. I
yeah,
don't, something that I'm not really sure about is I don't really
mhm.
see the Trundle blind pick being punished by the Graves very often.
Yeah. The reason why ESC banned out Nidalee is because Nidalee also counters Trundle too. But I would be very surprised if Graves doesn't come out from Element Mystic side. And Karma is also a really good pick that can be flexed actually almost into three roles. Jungle, top, and support. Or yeah, four roles: jungle, mid, top, and support.
You can play, is Karma Jungle a thing?
I've seen people like experiment with it.
Hmm.
I don't know if I
It
highly
doesn't
doubt that
sound
is
bad. Like the Mantra Q sounds really good for clear. And the E
right.
too, you could sustain a lot of damage.
Right.
Hmm.
Element Mystic picks up Aphelios. Now, Aphelios is people meme about, how it's like with the whole 200 years thing and whatnot, right?
Hmm.
But Aphelios does have clear weaknesses, and hold on, I'm gonna put that thought on a pause there, as Graves was picked up by Element Mystic and Ezreal is being hovered by ESC, but I would assume that yes, it does come through.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, as I was saying, Aphelios is weak to terrain, like champions that can change terrain,
Hmm.
such as Trundle, right? And people that have like longer range and that can like poke. Now that's why Ezreal's being picked into Aphelios. But in the LCK, it has a really bad win record when it comes to the Ezreal versus Aphelios matchup. But we'll see how it goes this game because CK is a whole different ballpark.
Yeah, I think an ideal world Ezreal Karma's or like Ezreal Yumi I think would be like your ideal counter to the Aphelios.
Yeah.
just because you're able to outrange him by a very significant amount.
Hmm.
But the problem with that is that things that work in theory, kind of like communism, don't always work in execution. And like you said, we've seen that in LCK, I should say. Very low win rate when it comes to the Ezreal and to the Felios. But
Did you just compare Israel versus Aphelios with communism?
communism, yeah, because like think about it. In theory, communism not a bad idea, but like historically, it's never worked. And Ezreal Yumi into Felios in theory is good, but it's just never worked in LCK. Well, I mean it has, but almost always it doesn't work.
Yeah. So with Nautilus, Thresh banned out by ESC Shane, and Joey and Ornn banned out by Element Mystic. We see the Azir being picked by ESC.
I do like that Azir pick. Gon is a very good Azir player, so I'm excited to see him play that. And that also lets us know that it's going to be the Karma Israel bot lane, which is good. A very good Karma player. So
Yeah.
comfort picks overall for you. Ooh, look at that. Twisted Fate being
Yeah, it's
picked
the
up.
TF. Yeah. TF is TF. Okay, with the series of buffs that he got, with the AP ratio increases
Hmm.
on his W, with the blue card and the red card, and his ult cooldown being reduced by I think like by a lot.
Yeah, it was a pretty. Oh, Wukong too. I feel like Elma and Mystic just have the Exodia comp here. Like this
Yeah.
is a really good comp.
So this means that set is support going with Aphelios. I'm curious to see what his rune will be. Uh, and
I'm
for
curious
top
about that.
lane, I would assume. Yeah, for top lane for ESC, I would assume maybe Malphite again because it's
Aatrox.
a. Oh, okay. Well,
So
it's
look,
a.
it seems like Lopus is just a discount rich in the sense that anytime Aatrox is open, they just put him on it. And he's a good Aatrox player, as we saw in game one. Had
Mhm,
a lot of game saving moments with the Aatrox, but
right.
into the Wukong, not entirely sure. I think yeah, like you said, Malphite would have been a really good pick there. It would have really helped
Yeah.
their engage too. Like, could you imagine like the Malphite ultimate into the Shurima Shuffle and then the ultimate from the Azir? Would have been
Yeah.
really nasty.
I would have loved to see Malphite come in just because, against TF, against Aphelios, and against Graves, they all want to keep their distance away from champions and do damage from afar. But Malphite just kind of negates that and just allows the whole team to come in. But we'll see how Lapis does on Aatrox as we are about to jump into game number 3.
Oh,
Uh,
here we go. Game three. Gonna be a very exciting one because we saw a close game one, then a stop game two from Elma Mystic. So we'll see maybe game three. If the pattern continues, maybe we'll see a stomp from ESC Shane. But
yeah.
maybe Elma Mystic can continue the momentum and get an even bigger stomp this game. We'll see. I would certainly say, would you agree with me that Elma Mystic certainly do have the better comp between the two? Because I feel like
Um, yeah, I
if
think I would say so.
yeah. So we'll
Just
see.
because,
Maybe ESC's been out drafted before and they still won. We'll see if they can continue that here. As in just a moment, we will be starting this game. Here we go. Game three of this very exciting matchup. I said this would be the matchup of the week. It's certainly looking like that as we get into Summoner's Rift here. Now,
now, Set has Unsealed Spellbook,
oh, that's
which
interesting.
I
Did he
mean,
mean to take that?
it's no, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So what the actually,
Because,
no, I'm getting confused with Omnistone. I'm so sorry.
yeah,
Um,
Omnistone, wait, look at what Execute's doing here.
is he drawing how many days he has left on his team, or like how like people in jail they like mark the walls, like how
How
many
many
days
days
left?
until my contract is up?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's
I'm
what he's
ready to
doing.
I'm ready to go to Turkey. I want to get paid.
Exactly.
I don't think that's the region you want to go to if you want to get paid though.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Turkey, our boy Sebastian Edholm is having a fun time in Turkey,
Oh yeah, he is.
and
Yeah, Malice chilling over in Turkey with his Oh, wait a minute. Did Leah take that? Oh, that's not good. You obviously, I mean, it's not bad that Leah got it, but you obviously prefer to give it to your mid laners so that they can beat the other mid to level 2 if
Yeah,
possible. But I think
yeah.
Gon is going to beat Scarlet to level 2 here regardless.
Do you think they'll hit, or
Ooh.
do you think TF will hit level 2 on the first wave?
No. No.
No, because he didn't get the ward, right?
Yeah, no. No. Neither of them got any awards. They both are going to hit level 2 off the same amount of minions. But
Mm.
Gon still has hit level 2 before Scarlet just because Azir usually into this matchup, from what I've
Right,
seen,
right, right, right.
pretty good into getting level 2 first.
I meant on game or wave one, but
Oh, on wave 1. Oh,
yeah, wave one.
yeah. I think you get level 2 off wave 1 either way, don't you?
Um, Maybe I'll have to check up on that, but
I think you
I'm
do
pretty sure you
because
do. Yeah,
Gon didn't get the minion. I don't know.
the ward.
I'm a support player and I'm used to not getting XP off wave 1, so
Okay,
I'm almost certain that you get level 2 off wave 1. I might be
right.
wrong though. I don't know.
Mm,
I'm just used to support play, just rushing that level 2 on wave 2. That's where the
right.
action starts. Is that an Iron Tier banner? I can't tell what that is.
That's a Volibear.
Oh, it's the
The new
Volley Bear.
Volibear. Yeah,
That's pretty cute. I want to get that. Is that still for sale?
I
I
think you
wonder.
just get it. Uh, I'm
Oh,
not sure.
oh, maybe I do have it then. I would love to have that emote. That's adorable.
That is adorable.
Well,
But
listen.
okay, so
Oh, look at this.
huh?
I was gonna say, as intimidating as Volibear is, he's still pretty cute champion, all things considered. I mean, he's a bear. Bears are
Yeah,
cute.
or they'll just wreck your face. But
Well, yeah, I love the videos because what you're supposed to do, like my friend lives in an area where bear. Oh, I'm gonna pause that. Look at this. Flare gonna be going on the Gone here. Gone is in danger here.
yes,
Has to pop the flash. He's
gone
getting
is
chased after, but a nice
gone is
move there.
gone.
Can he still survive? He's very close. No, he gets away by
Oh,
just the skin on his teeth. And
I mean, he was gone either way.
yeah,
Let's
he's
just put it
gone.
that way.
He's either gone dead or gone out of there. But very good play from him, Slugger. Trading a little bit with Lopusy in the top lane. But the thing is, now that's a flash advantage for Scarlet. So you could potentially make a gold card play there.
Right. And Flare can come back, but this just means that there's more time for Trundle to get ahead in the jungle. Now, bot lane is interesting because what is he doing? So bot lane is interesting because Ezreal is usually weak in lane,
Mhm.
right? But how because of Karma, the power level of the bot lane went up, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because Karma is able to keep the lane, keep the enemy laners on a leash, where they can just be like, okay, here's your carrot, and then you're kind of in the driver's seat of the lane, and it gives time for Ezreal to get his core items, the either the Iceborne Gauntlet / Trinity Force and Muramana, which should be hit around 23 to 25 minutes. And that's the point in time of the game where Ezreal is a lot stronger than Aphelios.
Yeah. Now, I I do want to go back to the point of the spellbook set. Obviously, the preferred. If you don't, sometimes we'll see the aftershock outright take, but most of the time you see the Omni Stone just because of the fact that really set support loves to have the versatility of runes, and
Mm-hmm.
he's really just good with. In theory, he's good with any rune at the support position, and also with with everything that involves that certain rune page. Like you have the Hex Splash along with the Nimbus Cloak, and you have a lot of playmaking potential with that. And I'm sure he's
Mm-hmm.
still taking the Hex Splash and Nimbus Cloak, but I don't know. I feel like maybe. Oh, Flair's in trouble here. Look at this. He's going to get collapsed on by
Uh-oh.
Lapis Leah and gone. All three of them getting a chunk of the action here as he's going to go down first blood. Going over to Gon, getting a little bit of revenge for taking his flash, and it's certainly not something you like to see, is the Graves getting collapsed on by three different members, but maybe they can come back from that. And that's not the end of the world, but they are starting to get towards the point where they are going to be down one take hold. about 3K, I mean 300 gold away from that happening.
Yeah.
Take a look at the replay
So
there. And,
Graves is overextended here.
oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, just because he didn't have flash, he burned it while he was trying to gank his year earlier on, and he was just caught out. There's nothing, and ESC did a good job of catching Graves out in their jungle, in their own jungle. So yeah, kudos to them.
Yeah, and really, they even showed his vision point of view in there, and it was just blind. And all the vital places where you want to have vision if you want to go really deep into the jungle like that. And he got punished for it because they did know that he was there. So it's you just got to be more careful, especially with the Aatrox in the top lane. He can just ult and just run towards you, and he's basically there in 2 seconds. So
Hmm?
speaking of the Aatrox, he's going to recall and teleport back to lane. I wonder if we'll see a Kendall gym. No, we won't. We'll see the Ninja Tabi rush.
So Ninja Tabi's really good into Wukong. It's
Wukong,
like the
yeah.
classic, yeah, it's like the classic item that counters Wukong, just because it mitigates Wukong's Q damage like a lot. So that's why he rushed Ninja Toppings instead of opting to go for like the CDR items.
Yeah, I think you go ninjas into Bramble, right? Into the Conqueror Wukong.
Yeah. Or you can just, depending on like how confident you feel, I feel like you can just go CDR items
Yeah, that's true.
too. Just because Bramble Vest doesn't really benefit Aatrox that much. You just want to build CDR items and hit that power spike as soon as possible. Um, so yeah, the game's in a pretty stale state right now, where it's just a farming simulator for on both sides. Uh, let's see. I think that because I think hmm, whoops, hold on.
Well, nice.
So okay, so I want to talk to you about a little bit about the league itself right now. Um, where are teams at in terms of like standings and their performance?
In terms of standing and performance, well, ESC actually have been a pleasant surprise. They played really well against OZ. Uh, it's been a really confusing. Oh, I'm gonna pause that. Look at this engage by
Oh,
Execute. Beanie forced to exhaust there and use the E defensively. Now might be Ellen Mystic are in trouble here. Harp and Beanie are still very healthy, while Envy is very low on health. He's gonna
yeah.
have to back away. And
Hmm.
Mark might try to look for a play here. This Dragon is coming up in about a minute 23. Flare might be overextending again. Here comes Gong, gonna pop the Stream of Shuffle, forcing
Oh,
Flare
and
to
the
flash.
flash. Yeah.
Slarp's gonna pop the Blast Cone, and that's gonna help their Dragon setup. But answer your question about how teams are doing right now. It's a little bit early into the season to tell really who's gonna be standing apart.
Right.
But like I feel like the two teams that we're gonna know the most about after today are going to be Alma Mystic and ESC.
Yeah.
They're both going to be playing their third match this match,
Hmm.
so we'll very much so know. I think if Element Mystic beat ESC, then we're going back to the classic CK hierarchy that makes absolutely no sense. But
Right.
if ESC come away with a win here, then it makes a little bit more sense. We know that between the three teams of ESC, OZ, and Element Mystic, we know that ESC is the best. OZ is second, and Element Mystic would be third.
Hmm.
However, if Element Mystic win this, then the hierarchy makes no sense because it just goes in a circle of, well, OZ beat Element Mystic, but then they lost to ESC, but ESC are losing to Element Mystic, which is,
Right.
classic Challengers Korea. But the only team that I would say we know for sure are good or bad, is I
Hmm.
would say that after watching High Fresh Blade deal with Griffin like they were a bunch of solo queue players, I would say
Right.
that High Fresh Blade looked very impressive. And I would
Hmm.
probably say that Awesome Spear look in trouble if they don't figure out what the problem is very soon.
Wait. Also. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Spear
They.
Gaming. Yeah, the new awesome
I
name for
forgot.
Spear
Yeah.
Gaming.
I forgot they changed their name to Awesome
I like their
Spear.
new logo, but I'm not. I don't know. Like Awesome Spear feels like how like when like kids would want flames on the side of their little model cars
Hmm.
because it makes it go faster. I feel like that's like the logic with Awesome Spear. It's like, well, if we put awesome in our name, we're awesome.
Yeah. So this was actually pretty smart of ESC.
Oh, look
But
at this.
oh, here we
Scarlet
go.
coming up here. Nice gold card there. Going to be finding Lapis, who now has to walk back to his tower, and he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Here is. It's going to be the Flash ultimate finish from Slugger. They find the kill thanks to Flair's ultimate. I'm sure he's going to pop the Herald here. And it should be first turret going over. I think that is going to be Scarlet teleporting mid to prevent the tower take.
Yeah. Um, Execute is walking over
Oh,
to save the turret. Um, but I feel that as the game goes on, um, while Azir is scary, Element Mystic, because of how hard TF scales, TF actually scales pretty hard. And obviously because of the 200 years, right?
yeah.
As long as Element Mystic doesn't throw the game too hard, they are going to outscale, and they just need to play patient. That's all they need to do. And up to, I would say, maybe even the next dragon, right?
Yeah.
You can just give it up. It's not really a big deal until the enemy gets Infernal Soul, right?
Yeah, that's going to be
But
problematic. This is the Infernal Syllabus game. We did see it be quite the factor last game. It wasn't the game deciding factor, but it was a factor.
right,
And I'm sure Elder
and the
Mystic
fact
don't want
that
to hand that over.
yeah, and the fact that they went actually topside makes a lot of sense, because you do want that team fight carry, which is Wukong, um, to get ahead of Aatrox.
Now,
And
I want to ask you a question, which is
sure,
a good friend of mine is very adamant about this strategy.
uh huh,
How do you feel about Aftershock Twisted Fate support?
Twisted Fate support.
Yeah, Twisted Fate
Um,
support.
a lot of teams right now are picking stuff um,
But you have a Pantheon
like
support.
Nautilus, Leona, yeah, even Pantheon support as Beryl picked it in the LCK. Um, and I feel like if you're gonna play TF support, then you might as well just play like stuff like Brand, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense because I mean, like you have more damage in the same amount of CC.
Right.
It's just that Brand isn't
Um,
as good in laning, so
after
you.
Aftershock TF, it's really hard to deal damage. I feel
Mhm.
just because the only form of CC, but it's a good form of CC. I'm not saying it's a bad form of CC, but um,
Oh, I'm gonna pause that
it's
though, because Execute might be in trouble here. He's getting ulted by the Trundle, and you're gonna see Scarlet ult in to make sure that nobody kills the Trundle. Aatrox ulting in might have been a bad teleport there though, as he's gonna go down. And
Aatrox
that's
is
going
dead.
to be one for nothing so far. The Dragon is up in a minute 50 though, so the Mystic, besides the kill, aren't going to be rewarded much for that play. But certainly a misplay from ESC that they probably shouldn't have made. Oh, Scarlet Slugger might be in trouble here. Gone
Oh,
wants
uh,
to do something here. It's going to be the gold card and the ultimate from
oh
Gone.
my
Hard
god.
pass to flash away, though, as this is going to be an extended fight. Gone's able to pick up one kill. Can they find more? The rest of them and Mystic are on the way, but I don't think they can find anything. Gone might even be able to kill Execute here if he plays his cards right, but he's not going to try to even play his cards. As they're going to back off, and oh, Gone. Nope, he wants to go for more. But Flair should be just getting out of there. Gone's even going to hit the blast cone for him.
Yeah.
As now they're going to go mid and take the turret here, most likely. Oh, not going to find
Oh.
anybody.
Element Mystic played that very sloppy.
Yeah.
They should have expected the fact that they might walk up just up, straight up the river, and that's why ESC was able to capitalize upon that. Especially when you don't have flash on as a TF, then you really do need to be careful. But it's just
Absolutely.
yeah.
Um,
Again, so I think this is where I see the sloppiness come out from the teams that exists both in LCK and CK, but I feel like it's more existent with the CK teams. That's why I think last game was just like a solo queue fiesta. Like it
yeah.
seemed that way. I'm not saying it was, but so yeah, they should have like you saw them walk up. So I don't understand why they would. Why, I don't know why Scarlet would do that.
You know what they say about shit and how sometimes it happens, Wes,
Mhm.
But, really, like
It
you said,
happens.
avoidable mistakes. And we are going to see, speaking of avoidable, Looks like
Yeah,
ESC weren't able to get in a good position for this dragon, so it's going to be the first Infernal Dragon going over to Elm the Mystic. So they're one dragon away from evening up the dragon score. And if
yeah,
you're ESC, I think you're very afraid of the quadruple Infernal Soul from Elm the
yeah,
Mystic.
yeah,
Aphelios, I feel like would be unstoppable at that point, and so would Graves.
yeah. So Aphelios was able to, or not Aphelios, sorry. Element Mystic was able to take that because ESC decided to lane swap, and what they can do is they can keep TF in the bot lane
Mhm.
to go into the side lanes, right? And they can either have their bot lane move mid or to answer the ESC bot lane up in top lane. And you know, and the tower, although they did get tier one turret, like I said, I am. Oh,
Oh,
it's
Gone might be in trouble here. Hit by the yellow card, and he's going to dash away. Ultimate being used by Flare, not going to be able to find him though. He's going to be able to survive that, and his ear turret is going to go down here most likely.
right.
And there it goes.
There it goes.
Just like,
Uh,
well, maybe I shouldn't make that joke. I think that might hit a little bit too close to home for you. It's gonna make a
right.
heel come joke, but I don't know. He's a nice guy. I don't want to tease him too much.
It's okay. You can flame Sungju.
Well, some you can flame me back though. Is the thing. All he has to say is you have 90 ping and still can't get high diamond in NA. I have
Oh boy.
200. Get challenger. You bet.
Right. Or you can, and then to that you can just call them GP1 trick. Then.
You want to,
Yeah.
you only play Ord. Abusing Ord.
Yeah. GP's like
That's
the
that's like
twisted,
my favorite League of
top lane.
Legends clip to this day is the one where he's just chasing down the Aphelios and he's just walking over him and killing him with Sunfire.
Yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
love that. Oh,
That was funny.
good time. So there's a lot of really great moments on this stream. My favorite one. My
Yeah.
favorite one is when he's with those two girls and he's sitting on the stool and the stool just suddenly breaks and they all just burst into laughter over it. Poor man. Poor man.
So the game right now, it's looking actually Element Mistakes ahead by a little bit, um, and that actually because of Twist of Fate's TF's passive,
Mhm.
it gives them extra gold. But Azir scaling up really well on ESC side, um, and but Aphelios, let's see.
Oh, that's gonna
Oh,
be a very intimidating Aatrox as he's able to find the full combo and pops the ultimate afterwards. We do see Leah on the way to try to get something to happen there. Teleport coming in. Nice flash by Slugger. And teleport being used by Scarlet to make sure the dive doesn't extend. And they're just gonna group up bot lane after that, it looks like. And oh, look at this. They're all going for Envy here. Envy is in a lot of trouble. Flash Mantra Q gonna go down. Another teleport coming out from
yep,
Elma Mystic here. He's gonna have to pop the ultimate. Can he survive? He can! Envy getting away with his
oh
life
my
there, but
god,
Slugger is probably not gonna. Oh, actually, I'm looking at the wrong person. I fell for the debate. I was looking at Slugger's quote.
200 years.
200 years.
Well,
That's how ridiculous the clone is. I can't even tell which one's the real one. And Scon's gonna teleport mid, but I don't know if teleporting. Well, no, actually, I take that back. Scarlet's gonna see Scarlet doing something that Slugger wasn't doing in game one, respecting the fact that ESC could suddenly walk up on him at any moment. So he's gonna take the recall and go back home.
right. Mm-hmm. Yep, they need to reset, they need to buy items, they need to catch the waves, and with Dragon a minute left on the board, they need to prepare for
Now I have a question. Someone in chat brought something up. In that clip where he's chasing down the affiliate, is that Wind that he's chasing down?
that. I'm not sure. I gotta rewatch that.
I gotta real yeah. If so, that makes it even better. Like that makes it just the
Mm,
best Twitch clip in League of Legends history. But let's take a look at the replay here. I mean not Hart. Envy played this very well. Hart played it well, but Envy just absolutely surviving there with a sliver of
right.
health. Tries to find a spot where he can potentially get back in the fight, but then finds one blast cone. And Leah is not happy about the soul changes where they spawn different plants based on the soul because that gave him an easy route to get away there and be happy with those changes. We're going to see the Herald be popped mid because I think it was about to expire. so they have to pop it. But it's not a bad place to pop it. They can easily push this in, and they have the tower to help them push as well. Mr. Caught in a very awkward spot here. See if maybe Slugger can find a. I think he's given up on the flank. Maybe he hasn't, though. We'll see. Flare in a very awkward spot, but he does have Scarlet and Slugger to back him up. As we're going to see Envy and X-Cube clearing out this mid lane wave, and now both these teams are going to set their eyes on the Dragon. Slugger in a good spot here, uses the clone to get away, pops the ultimate to make sure Lopus can't chase him down. Now he only has one ultimate, and he has to use it now, and no Wukong ultimate for this fight is going to be very tough now.
So if Element Mystic loses this dragon, it's not the end of the world. It really isn't.
Though, and Flair's in a good position to steal this. It's a
But
50-50
Slugger's
fight.
got-
I think ESC might have given this up. I think this is going to go over to Element Mystic, and it is. Now they're going to be able to turn this one. Nice ultimate being used there. Let's see if maybe Element Mystic can find the follow-up fight. We'll see. Very low, and they're going to be able to find the kill. Onto Gone. That's one kill going up to them. Can they find more? Gold card going to be almost Captain Jack QSS. A little bit of a delay, but it is QSS nonetheless, and they're going to be able to get away. But that is one kill. And the Infernal Dragon going over to Element Mystic, and now ESC, basically their early game has been just negated completely.
Yeah. So, now what happens is that Element Mystic just scales a lot harder, and Ezreal's at a point right now where he's very strong, but because of how this fight turned out, I feel like Aphelios is just gonna
He's gonna hit him with the 200 years. He's gonna hit him with the 200 years.
and beyond.
And yeah, we might even see a 300-year Aphelios this game. As we take a look at the replay, and yeah, ESC, because just Execute walked up, they all turned away from the dragon and just gave up on it from there. And Execute did die, but they were able to get a kill, so they did go 1-for-1 plus the dragon. You always like to see that. And
Really
almost
odd to me
finding.
because,
No, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. This is really odd to me because Slugger didn't have ultimate. Yes, he did a good job popping that ultimate from Wukong, but
Yeah.
he was not able to.
You know,
not able to.
maybe no, because even if they didn't see him ult twice, like maybe I was thinking maybe they didn't see him ult twice. But even if he doesn't, the ult would have expired surely by then.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they continue to just stall for time, and I mean, even if they didn't, I'm pretty sure that Slugger's ultimate ran out of time.
Yeah, it's just the mistakes that you'll see often with younger teams like ESC. They get a little bit too excited about finding what they thought was the easy kill on the Execute, but it ended up allowing Element Mystic to collapse on the dragon, cutting them off from it, and from there it was just an easy dragon from Element Mystic. I was a little surprised to see them just bite on that bait that Execute threw out, and they were afraid of Slugger for what seemed like no reason.
And now you see level leads come out ahead from Element Mystic, where there's a level lead from the jungle on the AD carry and the support. So what this means is that Aphelios is going to continue to get stronger, while Ezreal, he is building that stance. But as long as Aphelios completes his third item, and by fourth item, he will definitely have outscaled.
Yeah, once the fourth item, that stance comes out from the Aphelios, I think it's pretty much GG for the ADC gap. Now look at this, Lopus in a lot of trouble here. Comes the gold card ultimate being used by Slugger. You have a teleport coming in, but let's see if maybe they can survive until the cavalry comes in. As Gon's gonna pop the ultimate there, but not able to find anybody. Scarlet pulls out the yellow card, but is not gonna be able to give any penalties to any of the ESC. They're gonna avoid the yellow card, as now Beanie's gonna respond to this push in mid lane, but I think this tower might be dead.
Yeah, this tower, I'm pretty sure it's going to go down.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of poking them, but unfortunately that's an Aphelios and a Graves. It's very hard to stop them from taking the tower if they want it.
With the emote coming out from Envy.
Yeah, that's what I like about Element Mystic. They love using those emotes. I love Execute. In the last game of last year, they were playing Janair, and if Element Mystic would have won, it would have sent Janair to relegation. And Execute had a Janair emote, and he just kept spamming it the entire game.
Is there a BBQ Oliver's emote?
There's not, no. BBQ Oliver's went around whenever the emote system came up. Janair has an emote, Griffin has an emote. Those are the only two teams in CK that have emotes.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's kind of unfair that they have emotes. Janair, they both have their own wards, too.
Yeah, Janair has their own wards.
Yeah, that's just so weird. Like they get their own, and like APK and Dynamics are sitting in LCK, and they don't have either of those. They don't have their own emotes or awards.
They're probably gonna get one to split.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I hope they do. You know what? I'm kind of sad that I don't think we can get LCK emotes or awards. I think we only get LPL ones in NA, which makes me very sad. But I would
Really?
love to have, yeah, I'd love to have a Dynamics emote, or even an APK emote, or they're not APK anymore. What is? How do you pronounce their new name, by the way?
Sorewan.
I'm not even gonna know.
Sorewan. Sorewan.
Soreon?
Yeah, Sorewan.
Soreon. Okay, that's not
Yeah.
as hard as I thought. Soreon.
Yeah, Sorewan.
Soreon Prince. So do you know the reasoning behind that? I looked it up and it looked like a resort of some kind of like a country club.
Yeah, Sorewan is the name of a luxurious resort in Korea, and
Oh,
they recently signed a partnership with them. Um,
oh,
so
I'm
that's
gonna
why
pause
they
this. Look at this lurk from Execute. Oh, he kind of messes it up, but he is still able to find the insect. Has the grit still, pops it, and that's going to be most likely three Infernals going over to Elm Mystic here. No Steel going to be able to be found here, and that's not
why
good
did
if you're ESC. They're gonna try to look for some
why did
consolation prizes, but I don't think they're gonna be able to find any.
why did Slugger ult?
I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll know when we see the replay. Oh, careful there, buddy. As he's gonna blind check that from the ward. He does get the ward and he doesn't die, but that was a little close.
Wait,
But
why did Slugger ult?
I'm sure we'll
Wait, let's
see.
take a look at the replay.
Yeah. So they
Maybe
start the
maybe it was his
dragon again. ESC starting the dragon and then giving it over to Element Mystic. But let's see, where's Wukong? Oh, he ulted
Oh
at
no.
first and didn't hit anybody, and then he
Okay, it
ulted
was the
twice
second
just to get
shot.
rid of it.
Okay. Okay. All right,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks he didn't hit anybody at the first one. I'm sure they could have gotten more kills if he would have found some people. But
Yeah.
regardless, the play was made, the dragon was taken, and now we're at Soul Point with three Infernals for Element Mystic. And earlier, if you remember, I said if you're ESC, you're very afraid of the quadruple Infernal, and it's certainly looking like that's going to be a possibility.
Oh yeah. All the champions on Element Mystic side will surely pack a punch. Now with 4K gold lead on Element Mystic sides, it just means that Aphelios will do 200-year things. And look, Element Mystic starting up the Baron right now,
Oh,
and they
nice
do have
ultimate there.
vision of where everyone is, thanks to Twisted Fate's Destiny.
Let's
Oh,
see here. It is going to be
oh, they're
1K. Who's going to
pressing.
get it? It's going to be the Aphelios that secures the dragon. Gone is going to be popped by the
Gon's
stopwatch, but
dead.
he's going to
Gon's
go
dead.
down, and I'm sure it's going to be Element Mystic backing away. They did lose
Yep.
Execute, but I mean, you don't mind giving up your support, but let's see if maybe Leah can find some more. No, he's going to be zoned away, and yep. That's going to be the Baron going over to Element Mystic, and that's not something you normally want to give.
Did you just see what happened?
Well, what happened?
Because Ophelia or Aatrox checked the bush by the happy bush, right?
Yeah.
And Wukong was just recalling, and because Aatrox missed his ability, Wukong just re-emoted and just recalled back to base.
Oh. I hope they show a
And it was
replay of that. I want to
thumbs up.
see that. Hold on. Oh, they didn't. Oh, it's so
Oh,
BM. Slugger is probably my favorite player in CK.
yeah. Yeah.
Like like as soon as I saw his picture with the baseball bat, I was like, yeah, this man's a legend.
Yeah. He also has he also did the Timo thumbs up. I don't know if you know it. It's a must have.
Oh yeah, the
Emote.
Timo thumbs up, without a doubt. It's
Yeah.
probably the most BM, like the most like BM sarcastic. I feel my favorite emote is Have you seen the one where like the Ash smug laugh? Have you seen that one?
Oh yeah, I have that one.
I that's
I
my
do have
favorite
that one.
emote. Like if I ever solo kill somebody, I just instantly pop that emote, and it
Oh yeah.
tilts them out of this world.
Mhm.
Like it's so great. Now,
Yeah.
speaking of great, this is a great situation for Elma Mystic. They have a nice gold lead. They have the triple Infernal. They have the Baron now, so they're gonna be able to push in these lanes. If you're ESC, what do you think you do to try to win this game from me?
Uh, I would just hope that they throw. That's one of the big things
Yeah,
about the.
that's as a lot of people will say that that's not a very good plan, but when it comes to
Yeah.
CK, especially Element Mystic, throwing is waiting for them to throw is actually a pretty viable option, all things considered. We have
I
seen
mean,
plenty of throws from Element Mystic. We saw one this series, so it's possible.
Yeah, but there's no, and maybe so if Azir gets a huge ult, and even so, it's gonna be really hard. But a lot of burden lays on top of ESC's mid laner
Yeah.
shoulders. But again, because Element Mystic is just so far ahead right now, they're looking at quadruple Infernal Soul in about 40 seconds.
Now, they do have the
So
Baron still for about 13 seconds, so they could try to push in this mid wave with that, but the Baron really not going to be influencing this Dragon Take. We do see the reset from Slugger, and he has teleport. There's TP wards available behind them. Let's see if he wants to take one.
right.
Look at all those flank wards. If you look on the bottom right of your screen, the mini map, and you look at their ESC's blue side jungle, a lot of wards that Slugger can
There's a
teleport
lot
to
of
for
work
your
in the
flares.
jungle.
There's a lot of wards. Oh, gone! Not able to find
Oh,
Flare, and he might have to pay the price. Pillar has to be used defensively as they're on the run. Slugger is waiting for the TP. He's sitting in base. He is waiting for the TP. He knows that the window of opportunity is there. Can he find it, though, is the question. There he goes. There's the TP. It's behind them. Ultimate going to be going down. It is going to be the snare. Here comes Scarlet. Finds a spot in the back line. That's going to be the Infernal going over to Element Mystic. And this is surely the end of the match, most likely, as
wait.
that's just a lot of damage coming out. Oh, maybe Peony. Look at this kiting. Maybe he's able to stop something from happening here, but no. It's going to be the teleport going, and that's going to be going behind them. As they're going to try to find Slugger here. Oh, Slugger's in danger. Beanie has E soon. He's not even going to need to use E flash. It's forward. Oh, Slugger dodges,
Oh,
but he still goes down, and that's going to be Scarlet pushing this one in, and it's 2-on-2
it
now.
was.
This
Yeah.
is 2-on-2. Mid and ADC versus mid and support. ADC and support. But
They might end
the
the game
thing
here.
is, Element Mystic have the Infernal Soul. I think do they have the Soul?
Yeah, they do. They do.
It shows that they have the Soul, but I don't see the icon. But look at this damage from Envy, and that's going to be the end of that. Scarlet's like, well, I'm not really worried about you, Harp, to be honest, but maybe you should be worried about Leah, who's coming. He wants to end the game. Can he end the game, though? It's getting very close. Can he find it? Is he going to be able to do what he does? As Scarlet ends the game.
There, and
GG from Element Mystic.
That's
That's the weirdest ending I've ever seen to a game. That's so weird.
Yeah.
He just didn't care about and they're laughing about it too. You can tell they're laughing about it. As look at that
Oh,
Slugger with
there's
the
the bat
baseball
picture.
bat. As they're gonna be able to get the win here, and yes, you look pretty
The new
frustrated.
ambition.
Say what?
hmm He's the new ambition.
Oh yeah, the new one. Oh yeah, I forgot about that ambition with the baseball bat.
Yeah. He has a whole meme about the baseball bat meme.
I never got what's the context to that ambition with the baseball bat? Is it just like a
because
trundle meme?
No, I think just because he looks like his facial features, he looks just like very strong and like very mean, right? And back in like Azuba days, he would be like the one that's in charge and keep the other teammates in check. So I can't remember exactly. Yeah, I can't remember exactly where the meme, like how the meme started, but yeah, people have been calling him the bat.
Well,
since then.
Today I learned about that one, but it's going to be Element Mystic picking up the win here. Game 1 looked kind of worrisome for them, but they were nonetheless able to pick up the win here.
I am very glad that Element Mystic won the game.
Yeah. I mean, we all figured you might want Element Mystic to win the game here.
Yeah, and I'm very glad that it happened on a game that I casted. And by the way, you know that black drink, the hot sex black one?
Yeah. What is the flavor of the black one?
That's fruit punch.
Really?
It's like grape / not grape per se, but like a fruit punch. It's really good. It's the best one, I would say, out of the 3.
That sounds good. Fruit punch. Sounds very good. I wanna. So there's a Korean market by me that sells hot six, but it's only like the classic one.
Okay.
It's not. They don't have any of the kings, and I want to get the king. I gotta try the king.
Yeah, you have to try the king. You gotta try all 3 flavors.
Yeah, I'm sure that one day I'll be visiting Korea, and that'll be the first thing I do when I get off a plane. I'll go to a store in the airport, and I'm sure it'll be overpriced, but it'll be worth it. I'll get some kings.
In the store? It's only like $2. Not
Oh,
even.
oh,
Not
really?
really.
Well, the thing is, here in
Yeah.
the U.S., like all the prices are inflated in airports because like you
Right,
can't.
because it's an export. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Like if you buy anything, if you buy absolutely anything in the airport, it's gonna be like at least like 20% more than if it were normally.
Oh no. But in the Incheon airport, the prices are the same.
The price is the same. Oh, that's
Yeah.
convenient.
So it's not bad. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
Um.
know the first thing I'm doing when I'm stepping off the plane. I'm buying some hot sticks, baby.
Yeah, buying some hot sticks.
Yeah,
See,
forget saying hello to anybody. Forget visiting and sightseeing. The first thing I'm doing is buying hot sticks. But speaking of hot, this last team fight was pretty hot by ESC. All things considered, they did their best considering that they were fighting against a team with Infernal Soul, and they actually stood a pretty good chance. Nice job by Lopus there, but unfortunately, it is an Infernal Soul, and it's very difficult to win team fights with that being up.
yeah.
And as we see there, Beanie and Hart, I feel like are
This
just
is the best. He just TPs, right? And you
yes.
see Aphelios is like, oh, I'm gonna join you. I'm gonna kill their Nexus too. And Wukong's just stalling for time, and Scarlet's just being a bulldozer on TF, like TFs do, right?
Mhm.
And he just look, watch here, and then
Just ignoring them.
proceeds to fight. Yeah, he kills Ezreala, and he just stands here and he just auto attacks.
Yeah, using the Lich
Look,
Bane.
watch. He doesn't even move. Look. It's like screw you guys.
He's like, I don't care about you, Trumbull. You can't kill me. I'm gonna kill your Nexuses. Beanie doing the most damage in the game, and B doing second most. Gone, third most, Scarlet
Beanie's
fourth most.
molding.
Yeah, Beanie is molding. And
Oh
I believe that's
man.
Lapis doing the fifth most. But yeah, Beanie is certainly molding right now. He actually, all things considered, had a good game that game.
Yeah.
As we're gonna be looking at the MVP, it's Scarlet, baby.
Again.
Scarlet getting solo MVP this game.
If you want to turn on the interview, I can translate.
Oh yeah, sure.
단독 MVP에 선정이 됐고요.
좀 자세부터가요. 뭔가 자신의 힘을 과시하는 것 같아요.
네.
대선에서 끝내주겠다. 엑스큐트 선수도
Look at the replay there. He actually
활약은 나왔고 뭐 전체적으로 멋진 활약을
had a.
나왔다고
Oh wait,
생각을 하는데
You can hear that, right?
핵심이 좀 투패 쪽에서 많이
Yeah.
나왔다 보니까 저런 부분이 좋은 평가를 받았던 것 같아요.
그렇죠.
게임도 끝냈고.
중요할 때 합류도 잘 해줬었던 스칼렛 선수.
So yeah, it's a really good game from him.
됐습니다.
But here's the interview.
MVP 스칼렛 선수와 이야기를 좀 나눠보겠습니다. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
네,
축하드립니다.
승리 축하드립니다. 소감 좀 얘기해 주시죠.
How do you feel about the victory?
이어서 좋네요.
He says he's happy he's won.
저희가 뭐 1세트 얘기보단 2, 3세트 승리한 이야기부터 좀 얘기를
I want to
해보자면
talk to about the win in game 2 and 3.
바루스를 미드에서 가져갔을 때는 뭐 패배하는 모습이 거의 없었어요. 좀 자신감이 있으신 것 같은데
When you pick
어떠세요?
first mid, it seemed that you were very confident and
솔직히
kind of seemed like you.
썸머
didn't know how
들어가서
to lose.
바루스 안살 줄
So how do you-
알았는데 살려줘가지고
And Scarlet says that he didn't know that Varus
약간
will
전략적인
be
얘기일
left
수도
open
있는데 이제
in the summer
10.12
split, but
버전에서 바루스
yeah, he picked it and it's an insta win.
열려서 이제 본인들이 미드로 쓰게 됐잖아요. 좀 약간 어떤 느낌인가요? 예전이랑 비교하면 똑같은 거
So
같아요.
compared to before, when if Varus is open and you pick it, how does it feel?
진짜 여전히 열어서는 안 될
And
존재라고
it's
보여줄 거.
around the same.
그렇죠. 뭐 그럼
네.
그런 점에서 이제 바루스 장인이자 세트 장인이기도 했는데
So he's actually known as the Var, like
많이
to be
유리했었잖아요.
not verse one
그러면서
trick,
좀
but he's
멘탈적으로
verse
타격
like he's
없으셨어요? 좀
really
어떻게
good on
피드백하셨어요?
Varus.
여기서 멘탈 나가면 더 높게 못 간다고 감독님이 그러셔가지고 다 멘탈 잡았던
So
것 같아요.
after the game one loss, what kind of feedback was there? And the coach said,
슬러거 선수.
you know,
슬러거
if you
선수가
lose here, then it's gonna be hard to move up in the standings.
좀 어떤 얘기들이 오갔나요? 미안하다고.
그런 피드백이
Oh yeah,
있었기
Slugger
때문에
basically
진행한 거
apologized to
아니겠습니까?
Scarlet. So
그리고 3세트 특패로 또 계속해서 합류하는 모습 좀 보여줬고
Game 3 TF.
이게 중심이었는데 특패에 대한 본인의 생각은 좀 어떠세요?
what are your thoughts on TF?
특히 제가 AP 챔피언을 별로 안 좋아하거든요.
He personally doesn't like
어쩔 수
AP
없었다.
champions.
그냥 뭐 요즘 메타에 맞는 거라 한 것 같아요.
So
그런 거
and he
필요하죠.
only played it because it fits the current meta
일단
right now.
계속해서 승리를 좀 당연히 해야 되는 엘리먼트 미스틱이고 이제 2승 1패가 됐습니다. 그리고 오늘
So now Element Mystics
MVP를
2-1.
복식했어요. 뭐 팀원들에게 뭐 미안하거나 이런 거 없죠.
And
내가 캐리했다.
he's the
네,
solo
그렇게
MVP,
생각하십니까?
so do you feel sorry
내가
to your
받아야 되는
teammates
게
about
맞다.
taking all the MVP points?
뭐 알겠습니다. 이거 한번
And
더
he
보여주시던가.
says
자세히 이건
he
무슨
deserves
의미예요?
all the
이거 어쩌다 나온
MVPs.
건가 이게?
So yeah, what does that pose
그냥
mean?
자세 잡으라길래
예.
생각나는 거.
And he's like, yeah,
그러니까 이게 어떤
people told me to
그런
just
멘트를 상징하는
pose. So
그때 딱 드는 생각.
yeah, so what does that
뭐
pose? Like, can you tell us more about the
결투신청
pose?
뭐 이런 거.
결투신청.
검투사.
And he says
뭐 약간 세트
he's
같은
like,
느낌이
it's
또
like an
있었는데
invitation to
승을
battle.
거둬서
The
다시 한번
whole
축하드리고 MVP
fest.
되셨으니까 앞으로도 뭐 멋진 경기 계속 보여주셨으면 좋겠습니다. 오늘 카메라 보시면서 이거 마이크를 포니 해설이 들어주시면 오늘의 경기 결과 보시죠. 약간 결투 신청으로.
네.
괜찮지 않나요?
할 수
네,
있습니다.
할 수 있습니다.
네.
네, 오늘의 경기 결과 보시죠를 그 특유의 포즈로 한번
So,
해주시죠.
so what they're saying.
오늘의 경기 결과 보시죠.
네, 결투 신청 당했습니다. 야.
So yeah, that's the end of the interview. And what they're saying at the very end there
코에서 독식.
is,
네, 이거
let's check out today's
별로 안
results.
좋아하는데 해서 또
in Korean.
이겼습니다.
That's like the whole
프로
CK thing.
선수라면
But
필요한
anyways,
것들
yeah,
해야
that's the
되는
end of the
거고,
interview.
챔프라면 해야 되는 거니까.
그럼요.
그래서 에이미가 값진 1승을 챙긴 겁니다.
그리고
So now Element
Mystic
Mystic is
가장 먼저 이승고제
in first place of the standings with a 2-1 record.
기운 느껴지시나요?
Following suit is High Fresh Blade and Jenner Green Wings.
네.
OZ Gaming, ESC Shane, Runaway Griffin, and Awesome Spear.
다음 매치
와우.
소개해드리겠습니다.
And the next match is
네.
두 팀의 예.
너무 빨리 보여드리고 싶어가지고 저희 매치 소개는 말씀드렸다시피 그리핀과 진에어의 경기 준비되고 있습니다. 선수들 많이 기다렸거든요.
so the next
저희
match
잠시
is
쉬었다가
between
오늘 두
Griffin
번째
and
매치로
Jenner,
다시
and
돌아오겠습니다.
we'll be right back after a short break.
So yeah, we'll be back after a short break as well. Thanks, Quest, for joining me.
Of
It's
course.
great. Are you gonna be around for next game, or I'm assuming you have LCK coverage to do now?
No, I don't. I have today and tomorrow off. But,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. And maybe I'll come back. Maybe I won't. But I'll let you know.
Well, either way, thanks for coming by, and it was great having
Of
you.
course, man.
And
Yeah.
I'll see you around, and we'll see you guys around here in just a moment.
Yep. I'll talk to you later.
게다가 이런 스레시. 와, 스레시의 변수.
전멸공 있어요. 장난 아니네요, 진짜.
아래쪽에서
트리플 피해보면 아직 한번 노려보자.
오, 이거는 약간.
그냥 포탑 끼고 있을 거예요.
아쉽다. 여기를 밀러왔다면 드래곤이라도 챙겨야 되지 않나요?
이거 스레시까지 있기 때문에
헬미가?
너무나 깔끔하게 잡았습니다. 자, 가장 안전한 방법으로 스틸 한번 노려봤고요. 미드 쪽
여길 틀어막고 미드 마무리하기엔 체력도 너무 많고
웨이브가 없어요.
그래서 그냥 뭐 이렇게 앞에서 시위는 하고 있는데
근데 이게 시위를 어설프게 하고 본인들이 뒤를 물러나면
케넨이 텔로 이제 다시 장착했거든요.
미드의 위치가 너무 예쁘죠.
그렇죠. 저 뒤텔 와드.
이거
제대로 걸렸는데요. 아, 너무나 쉽게.
케넨.
끝이 아니에요. 지직.
연계 완벽합니다. 아름다운 연계예요.
정말 오졌다.
네.
너무나 아름다웠습니다. 여기까지죠. 포탑이 아직 남아 있습니다.
쪽으로 가서 동시에
같이?
만약에 누가 화들짝 오면 끊어버리겠다 생각도
근데
했던
여기
것
지금
같은데.
둘
다 같이 오면 이제 이쪽도 화들짝. 스페백도.
그렇죠. 저런 거.
오, 나름 뭐
혹시 이게 만약 먹으면서
하지마
귀하지마 막 그래서 이건 억제기 밀고 노틸이라고 바꿨다.
만화가 슬슬
여기서 오지가 그냥 빼주기엔 상대가 프리파밍 시간이거든요.
맞습니다.
그러니까 오즈가
네.
계속 각을 보는
당장
거예요.
먹을 게 없어요.
정말
오지도.
아니, 이게 약간씩 그래서 뭔가
자, 그래도 미드 왔어요. 웨이브까지.
잘 막고 있기도 하고.
미드 탑이 왔습니다. 웨이브.
네, 이게
여기서
이번 웨이브는 좀 세요.
네,
네.
그리고 그레이브즈는 체력 없어요.
그래서 포탑에 좀 건드려 봐야죠.
이제 건듭니다. 이제 건드려요. 당겼어요.
안쪽으로.
캐넨 근데 약간
트페가 뒤로.
땡겼어요.
그렇죠.
와 트페가.
그래서 삭제됐어요.
네.
트페가 뭐 약간
그리고 앞으로 뜁니다. 파일럿이
안전은 없다.
트페도 되게 유리한 것처럼 뒤로
네.
막 들어갔네요.
그렇죠.
이대로 우즈가
네.
깔끔하게 반전 없이 기세 그대로 경기를 마무리 짓습니다. GG. 자연스럽게 미드까지.
와 이게 지금
스페의 힘 전멸.
다 왔거든요.
오, 저거
아.
놔뒀어요. 무조건 잡는다라는 생각.
결국 특패. 확정 스턴.
자, 그러면서 브로콜리
유채화의 단점. 유채화의 단점.
달라붙어서.
근데 뭐 이렇게 전멸로 화피하고 이렇게
예. 무빙은 그래도
와, 슬로고. 잡혔어요.
예.
하지만
글쎄요, 이거 볼까요?
그래도
플레이오가 어디까지 커버가 갈지?
여기까지.
근접전에서 결코 만만하지 않아요.
그렇죠.
오, 그래서 여기
아니 이게
먼저 성기둥 세워놓고 그래서 에어본 콤보 다 들어갔죠?
기가 막힌 콤보가 나왔어요. 한 번 더.
깜짝.
반응했어요. 파일럿.
그러면서
이러면 역으로
다 튀겨니까
오늘 모티브. 자,
정비
그래서
했으니까
먼저 밀고
빨리
들어오는데요.
탔어요 헤카리. 그래서
아래쪽.
이거 성과를 내야 되는데
그냥
밀고 들어갔습니다.
뭔가 바로 터뜨리긴 했어요.
티를 잡긴 했는데.
흑점 폭발.
근데 바로
앞에도.
이거 다 떴어요.
예. 일단 에이미가
네.
어쨌든 노린수 성공을 했습니다. 그리고 오즈도
이렇게까지 할 거라고 생각을 못했던 것 같아요. 근데 밑보 위치가 엄청 위험하긴.
아까 노티의 전멸을 뺐던 게 오히려 오히려 독이 됐죠. 상대 노림수 한번 피했다.
깔끔하게 잡아냅니다. 점화.
운명.
시아나가 누구를 터뜨릴 정도로 그렇게 성장이 안 됐거든요.
이거는 너무 쉽게 잡혔습니다.
도화지가 찢어졌습니다.
그러니까 누구를 잡을 챔프가 별로 없어요. 시아나.
그렇죠. 오른 특패 뭐 안 되고.
그거에서 얘기했다? 시아나에 대해서 용버스트? 근데 이것도 잠깐만
끊겼고.
하면 서로 막
먹었어요?
먹고 쳐야죠 그러면 최대한.
일단 하나 더.
발성장한 니달리가.
내가 희생해라.
이러면 바론까지 한번
근데 희생자가 너무.
그리고 여기!
이거는 좀 헷갈려.
살아야죠. 예.
물렸어요 결국.
그래서
운명.
홈에 들어가고요. 확정시시 너무 많습니다. 못 움직여요. 뭐 하나 걸리면 연계 제대로입니다.
정화를 들 걸 그랬나? 속도 빠르니까.
오즈가 궁이 너무 많이 남아있어요.
떴어요.
와 오른이 막 대가?
네.
V자로.
입구공 바로 끊기고
그래도 쏘아.
브로콜리가
간단합니다.
타고
브로콜리 리시는
브로콜리 잡혔어.
죽었는데 그동안에 타워를 밀고
안으로 들어가면서
펠리오스 앞으로.
아펠리오스가 남아 있었습니다.
그래서-
팔려 나를 잊었니?
그래서 오지가 오늘
28분 만에
예.
끝내기 직전 아펠리오스 든든합니다.
타임을 잡았고 아직 앞에를 멀쩡하거든요.
네, 리포. 자, 여기서
키아나 다 들고 있긴 해요. 키아나가 아까 그냥 죽어서 키아나 다 들고 있긴 합니다.
소환 와요. 순간이동으로 와요. 그 전에 어떻게 막아야 돼요
스칼렛이
이거?
보여줘야죠. 스칼렛 다 들고 있으니까.
오르곤입니다.
빨라! 이거
너무
노틸러스
나갔어요.
잡아냈습니다.
그리고
크로스 동안
오늘은 뭐 무조건
든든합니다. 플레이 너무 좋은데요?
오즈.
오즈의 오지는 경기력. 경기 마무리됩니다. GG.
와 오늘
이즈리얼 아펠리오스 구도에 대해서 계속해서
한방. 아 이거는 다음 변수가 있나요? 다음
오,
피하고
잡아냈습니다.
케이지.
탑에서 솔킬.
그러면 자, 상이라도 적중했고
자, 전멸은 없는 상황.
자 최대한
주고요.
버티면서 얍.
다음 또
그래도
뒤로
자
순간이동 꽤나 오래 버티긴 했습니다만은 5렙 대 6렙입니다.
쓸만한데 왜?
나 6렙만
이거
찍으면
라스트
나
빨리
라인
미니언
좀
죽어라.
지우면 나 라인만 지우면 나
미니언
6렙
죽어라.
돼. 나 6렙 되니까
조금에서
됐어요.
다
여기서부터 자 이제 어떡할래
어떡하긴?
예 그래서
어떻게 맞아야지
아니
뭐.
서로 스킬샷
오,
싸움이었는데
한
방금.
번.
싸움.
예
여기까지.
그리고
그 사이에 아래쪽에서
밀고
두개 맞춰보면
가르마
그러니까 가르마 등장했어요.
그래서 근데 창 넘어가면서
이거
자 무진이 빠져나올 수 있나요?
빠져주고요.
자, 합류하려는 적들을 잘 잘라내고 있는 런어웨이.
미드 정글에서 참 잘 싸웠죠
맞습니다.
자 그러면서 니달리가 2킬 때 챙겨갑니다.
이제 회전을 할 것 같은데
이번에 당겼어요.
먼저
아토스.
버스트
그냥 놓았어요.
한 방에 터뜨렸고 그리고 방에서 크로우가 나오면 저 방에 있거든요 지금 갈리
네.
그래서 런어웨이
두 명을 뚫어내면서 이거 바로
네.
갈 수 있죠. 바로 잡히거든요.
왜 플루토의 닷줄에서
네.
어떤 저력 이니시가 시작됐어요 역시 CC가 짱이다
자 그러면서
네.
바론 버프는 가져갑니다.
아까 플루토 전멸이 빠져서 방심했다 어스스프로가.
아래쪽과 미드 쪽을
자,
보내고
뭐라도?
나서-
모대가 궁풀이라서 궁 11시 11시 반 지금 12시 직전
자 런어웨이의 선택을
돌아왔어요 온 그래서 데려가긴
자
했는데
트런들 일로 와.
아군들 왔어요.
네.
아군도 왔어요.
방금
자,
와서
혼비
시작되면서
백산.
그래서 방에서 나왔을 때
모대가
버텼어요.
다음에
그러면서
이제
뒤쪽에서
아펠리우스가 밀고 들어가면 아펠이 밀고 들어가면 그냥 뭐 다 잡을 수 있지 않을까요? 아펠이
빙을 하고 있는데 일단
네.
하나 끌어내면서 타이어부터
라스트 버텼고
자 그리고 창근 소라카가 열심히 힐.
네.
스틸을 당하면 안 되죠.
그리고
근데 모대가 또
대기하다가
대기하다가 보이긴 했거든요.
그나마
그래서 대처가 됐어요.
정조준
그럼 약간
노틸러스부터
자 노틸
그
가고
방에
일로
데려갔어요. 프린스와 라스트 방이에요. 지금 이즈가 방이에요.
이즈리얼 프린스
이즈가 살아야
위쪽에서
되거든요. 이즈 밖에 메인 딜러가 사실상
이즈는
없을 때
살았고.
달려가 떨어지면서 보호하고 있고요.
자 근데
아펠이 밀고 나오면 오키드가 밀고 나오면 오키드가
오히려 안 돼요.
이쪽은 딜러가 이즈밖에 없거든요.
그렇죠.
이즈가 방에 있으면 어차피 빵딜이에요.
31분
계속 좀 애로사항은 있었어도
조금 답답한 구간이 있어도 스코어면으로 봤을 땐 완승이라고 볼 만한 내용이네요.
쌍둥이 포탑까지 두드리고요. 런어웨이.
이제부터 우린 달린다.
드디어 넥서스를 부수면서 경기 마무리됩니다.
GG.
자 먼저 합류했습니다. 태페는 미드 쪽 정리
이거
중이고요.
어서
정조준.
뛰어 드래곤 뺏기면 안 됩니다 진짜.
정조준도 그냥 허무하게 빠졌고.
이건 어쩜
치는데요.
스피어가 잘해야 돼요. 어쩜 스피어가 여기서 이제 성과 내야 됩니다. 돈을 바꿔야 돼요.
아,
이거.
다쪽 빗나갔어요. 여러 가지 스킬들이 지금 오가는 와중에
돈을 왜 벌겠어요? 뭘 사려고 버는 거잖아요. 여기서 이제
자 조이가
바꿔야 돼요. 예.
고 위쪽에서 어그로.
근데 드래곤 뺏기면 안 되고요. 예.
자 드래곤.
태페
태페가
크로우!
먹었어요.
예,
크로우.
크로우. 근데 이 다음 그러면
한타.
예.
체력 상황이 안 좋은데요.
이거
체력
뭐야,
상황이.
이러면.
체력 상황이.
고치. 이게 체력이
키니
아, 벌었던 돈이.
그래도 마스크가 살았어요. 마스크가.
그래서
그래서 한타의 런어웨이 드래곤을 기반으로 해서 상대 끌어들여서 한타 대박 냈다라고 봐야겠죠.
레넥톤이 약간 초심 잃고 지금 7강날 도끼 갔거든요.
그러면
덤불조끼를 안 가고 이거
그래서 이번에
쓰면
미리 강시.
이게 우리 컨셉이다. 다이브 치자. 예, 뭐
이거는 그래서 저는 약간 라스트가 욕심낸 것 같아요.
라스트가 이거 원래 더 뒤에 빠졌어야 되는데
네.
말씀하신 대로
한 대 더.
그리고 11회는 또 위에서 더 들어가긴 해요.
자 일단 투페를 합류하고
네.
있습니다. 5대5 한타 이거 안 주겠다라는 생각인 것 같은데요.
조이가 너무 무서워요.
예, 일단 버스트.
이거 먹었어요.
예,
저가
이거.
풀렸습니다. 그렇다면 기적의
이게 기적은
그렇죠. 기적은 말 그대로 기적이죠. 그리고
이 뒷걸음
이거는
치면은요.
이거
내레톤의
맹활약.
한타 합류.
락스 퀸보다 존재감 있었어요 지금.
그렇습니다.
나를 막을 수 있냐?
체력은 많이 깎였어요.
뺐거나 심지어
퀸이 뚫고
먹어도
막.
집을 못
예.
가게 만들고
이게 도울 수도 있어요.
네 귀한
더
방해하면서
도울 수 있어요. 이걸
먹으면
지금
떴어요. 이런 급해 죽는 거 아닌가요?
그리고 라스트와 지금 체이시의 일기토에서 지금 체이시가 죽기라도 하면 예.
라스트가 지금 여유가 있는 상황.
탑에 끼고 싸워서 예.
퀸이 이거 36개
이거
죽였어요.
라스트가 말합니다. 탑 차이.
네,
이건
결국에 레넥톤 내가 더 좋았다.
그렇죠.
정말 라스트 순간 이동 쓰고 옵니다.
자 왔습니까? 왔어요. 여기서 못 막으면 경기 마무리 됩니다.
조이가 폭내 뺐어요.
라스트가 중앙에서 엄청 용맹하게
네.
했는데 오
이게 이렇게 돼도
버티고 그래 버티면서
가다.
프린스도 지금 그래도 크만큼 커가지고 버텨냈어요 일단.
빠지나요?
네.
일단은 버텼어요.
그래서
오.
라스트도 이거를 상대가 하도 안 하니까 인지를 많이는 못 하거든요.
그렇죠.
자 그러면
가야죠.
네, 그러니까 이거 빨리 회군해야죠 지금은.
웨이브 많아요.
그러면 건다 이름 5대 4 다 간다.
네, 런웨이도 적당히 오키드 무빙 좋았어요 방금.
자 폭내 카르마.
네, 오키드
한 번에 못
무빙
몰았고
좋거든요. 오키드
올라프가
무빙 좋아요,
맞아주고.
내려오면
와
이쪽으로.
이게 숫자 차이가 남에도 불구하고 영혼 효과가 있으니까 그래도
조이
비비면서
빠지고.
그럼 이쪽은요.
그러면
이때요.
장로를 갈 것 같은데 장로 가는 건 좋은데 그 시간만큼 또 킬한테
이거
한스예요?
최대한 안 뚫리려고 하는데 이거 뚫리지 않나요?
네, 포탑이 뚝뚝 긁히니까.
죽는 건 최악이에요. 죽는 건 최악입니다.
그러면 다시 또 이쪽에서
그럼 우리 한타 볼때
장로는 페이크.
대방력. 떴어요. 폭내. 시작합니다.
네.
자
근데
그리고
위에
또
들고
이렇게 되면
백도.
자집집집
서태. 여기서 그 빨리 회군할 사람 정해야죠.
왔어요.
그럼 이지련이 회복 끈으로 가는데 미니언즈.
레넥톤이
나이클로.
이거 회복 끈으로 올인.
와 프린스.
근데 미니언 왔어요.
뚫어야 되는데요.
할 만큼 했거든요.
자 라스트 초시계.
그리고 조이 11호도 들어가고.
자 이거 어떻게 되나요? 본대로.
자, 이런 명경이 있죠. 이런 명경이. 와.
걸리는 거 같아요. 이러면 저쪽 본진 아수라장 아닌가요?
네, 와, 이런 명경기가.
러너웨이가 34분의 경기를 마무리 짓습니다.
조이 머리 길이까지 기르실 것 같죠?
조이 머리 길까요?
오늘 단독으로 벌써 쫙 챙겨가시는 거예요.
두개 가져왔어요, 두 개.
10만 원씩 가져가자고
아,
얘기했는데 내가 다 가져가 버려가지고
네, 엄티 선수가 그 칼날부리만 아니었어도. 자, 여기서 엄티.
빅데이터만 조심하세요.
엄티 앞으로 달려들었고요. 빅데이터.
디자이너로서 좀 어때요? 또 익숙하기 때문에 엄날부리라고 좀
엄날부리.
엄날부리 옆모습
저희가 마지막 이야기 한번 들어볼게요.
네.
여기서 이제 보내드릴 텐데 또 준비해온 멘트들이 있을 거 아니에요?
하이프레쉬 블레이드 대표님
시작되었습니다. 펜타킬.
앞으로도 많은 관심 부탁드리겠습니다.
당신을 도저히 막을 수 없습니다.
오늘 그러면 또 이게 두 선수 있고 약간 서로 긴장도 하는 것 같으니까 오랜만에
또 뭐 나오나요?
어떻게 또 꼴려 먹으면 어색하지만 서로 칭찬 한 마디씩.
근데 이런 거 되게 중요해요. 맞아요. 원래 그 꿀훈련 가서도 힘주려고 하는 거 그거 한번
그리고
치고
종
나면
포지션이니까 그런 거 상대 칭찬해 주는 거 그런 거 의미
그거
있거든요.
중요하죠.
미쳐 날뛰고 있습니다.
윤영이는 잘하기도 잘하고 든든하게 믿고 맡길 수 있고 팀 분위기 그런 것도 잘 올려주고 분위기. 네.
부담감 같은 부담감이에요 지금.
이하이 선수 근데 억지로 뭐 이렇게 짜낼 필요 없으니까.
그러니까요.
운명의 연결이 끊어졌습니다.
평소에 생각했던 거 담담하게 없다 나는 뭐 안 모르겠다 이렇게 하셔도 괜찮습니다.
다시 연결되었습니다.
일단은 게임적으로는 잘하고 당연히 잘하고 이제 저희 엄청